Woo, let me tell you about Southern Holler. Deep-rooted conversation on civics and business. It offers an insightful exploration of local politics, community dynamics, and business partnerships. Each episode unravels a complex interplay between civic affairs and business ventures.
Power Evans, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Jeremiah Outwater?
Well, we're thinking about remodeling the studio after you came through here.
Okay.
A little tea on the desktop.
Well,
We're just picking out new colors.
Well, the thing about it is, Jeremiah, I'm Bull Meat China Shop. I come through this full year, and the one time,
time
we're gonna just black tea everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
It smells refreshing in here. It smells like a tea shop.
Just a little Christmas,
Yeah.
a little Christmas flair.
Yeah. It doesn't taste. It doesn't smell like whiskey in here. It just it smells like tea. By the way,
just black, straight up black tea.
Just black Earl
black
tea.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for starting off the episode.
I like to be lively when we do this.
Yeah,
Jeremiah.
no, it was getting really boring. So I'm glad you really
just come in here and spice things up.
Just really went out of your way.
That's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it.
So now we really are going to have to find an extra big sponsor to pay for new furniture.
Absolutely, you'll see us.
Well, we'll make a sign, stand by the road. We'll work for furniture, sponsorships,
furniture and mats,
and
black mats, yes,
and tables and
sorry, Tom.
What you got going on today, Power?
Man, it's just same old. I got some interesting news. I just think we have to look at something, just widely historic happened this year and this month and several days ago.
I didn't think we were going to talk about the presidential election today.
I'm talking about an election. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the historical election that has officially incorporated the city of Mulberry, Georgia, in Gwinnett County.
Oh, that started?
Now the biggest city in Gwinnett County.
Oh, wow.
With over 30,000 residents. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about the city of Mulberry. That's historic. The other thing's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's just another day. Well, congratulations to is it city of
Mulberry?
Of Mulberry.
City of Mulberry. They elected city council members. They have a runoff election that will determine one of the last outstanding council race. And so that will happen in December. But as of now, they have council members that have already been sworn in. They'll elect their mayor in the pool of council members at the city council city meeting. They actually had their first city meeting last night.
Oh, wow.
And so they're meeting at a church right now, but as things progress and as the transition continues, they'll transition, I think, into a more permanent space. But just congratulate the city of Mulberry. It's always a fanfare when a new city's created. We look at some of the last times that cities have been created, Peachtree Corners, Sandy Springs, were some of the more. I think before that was Mableton. I think the city of Mableton was the last city that was created.
Well, what about South Berkeley?
South Berkeley Lake.
Berkeley Lake,
that was created, I think, in the 90s. Okay. The 90s or early 2000s. But that one's an interesting city just because, it is. It's all the residences that are on that little lake in Gwinnett County. It's always interesting when you're seeing in historic, when you create a city.
Yeah, so City of Auburn's next door neighbor.
Yeah, City of Auburn's next door neighbor. Or West Winder, as I like to call it.
Oh, come on.
I just like giving you a hard time.
We're going to have to come up with something new.
I got to finish out the year right, Jeremiah.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Well, with our water turning on, I think sometime in December.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, we'll just charge you extra.
That's fine. I love it.
Oh, we joke. That's a 7-month-old joke now.
Yeah, and it keeps getting better every day.
Yeah, no,
for me at least.
It makes me laugh. I don't know about anybody else.
Yours is more of a more devious laugh because I feel like it's going to come back and bite me at some point.
Mine is more true.
Yeah, yours is more true.
We either turn your water off or we'll just add extra fees.
No,
convenience.
They're convenience fees. Yes.
Convenience tax fees.
I love it.
This is why we're friends, Power.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, so we're in November.
Yes.
We're coming up on Thanksgiving and the holidays, and we have so much to be thankful for this year. We've been through a lot, both of us in our professions and families and health scares and
absolutely
all of that stuff. And we just thought about taking a time just to talk about a few things.
A year in review.
Yeah, just about the show. I was going over the list of some of our guests. I think what really set the tone for this year was the judge. That's the one. That's the one. When the judge was in here, I think that really set the tone. I set the high bar for visitors. And honestly, the way we talk to guests that come in is kind of based on how we talk to
I love it.
to your mama.
Yes,
Judge Evan.
I remember that, and I still have people that remind me of that episode and the things that were talked about and discussed. Note to self: if you want a private life, don't bring your mother on the podcast because she will tell everybody about you.
Well, what's really funny is when she actually tells stories that I haven't heard. That's the best.
Okay, we call that new ammunition.
Yeah, so that's for those who haven't heard it. Go back to listen to the first official episode 1. It's actually called Judge, Jury, and Ellie Mae.
Oh yes, because she sounds like Ellie Mae Clampett off of the. Of course, and I'm not any better. I probably sound like the pig from Green Acres, and so was that Keith or Arnold was the pig? I think it was Arnold was the pig.
I don't remember.
Arnold the pig from Green Acres.
What's really funny, we have extended family, and you really know you've made it to when one of my brother-in-laws tells his wife, my sister, to call me to tell me how funny that was. Instead of texting or calling me, they, as a family, decided to conference call me in and said how much they enjoyed that one.
Especially on that episode where, you never know, whatever comes up comes out.
We're going to have to bring your grandmother in.
Oh, my God. Do you know my grandma, God bless her, we got her a Facebook account one time, and I don't think she's ever looked at it, so I don't know. I don't know if she'll know speaking to the microphone, bless her heart.
That's okay.
But, Lord, that would be
Hey, at least I know where you get it.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my Lord.
That was for our brother.
Lord.
That was for our brother Tom over there,
my
our
God.
producer
Yes,
of our
little inside
podcast.
joke. I tend to not speak into the microphone as clearly. I forget. I get carried away.
Thank you.
It's the eccentricism. It just happens. No,
That's the production notes that we normally get. I get the feedback in, are you going to tell Power about speaking into the mic? And can you actually enunciate next time? Because it's getting harder and harder to produce the show. We just leave it in because we know it's you. Anyway, that's why
absolutely.
That's why Brother Tom gets paid the big bucks.
That's right. Brother Tom does a good job, and we're grateful for him. He has to sit with us for an hour, or probably close to 2 hours. So when we come in here, we tend to talk for like 30 minutes before we even start. He has to sit there and listen to us, and I don't see how he hasn't pulled his hair out.
Well, one day
especially when you spill black tea on his furniture.
Well, one day we're gonna walk in and he's just gonna have the mics live and going.
He's just gonna capture whatever.
He's just gonna capture the air, and we'll all be in trouble.
If we did a bloopers reel, it'd be an hour probably. No, probably 3 hours.
I was gonna say at least 3. That's really good. One of our notable guests, Ben McDaniel. Mm-hmm. That guy has been here. I joked one of the episodes that Ben has a chair over there just for him. Mm-hmm. He has his own parking space. He has his own chair. He has his own mic because he's been in here several times.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you remember what our next episode was? Tom Sheldon was the next.
I remember that now.
We had a couple guests that we had lined up, and they did join us later. Mm-hmm. We honestly just started talking to Tom. I was like, hey, why don't we
do the man behind the curtain?
Man behind the curtain. There you go. And he doesn't normally do his interviews about himself. That's not what he does.
He's usually the interviewer, not the interviewee.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then on our podcast, he specifically, obviously, produces our show. Mm-hmm. That's what his main job is. So it's a rare thing that we actually got Tom to mostly talk. It was good.
It was very good. We're grateful for everything that he's done for us and everything.
It's amazing that how much we didn't know at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. You're taking that wombat out of me, Tom, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Making us sound really professional. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work because we're a lot to handle. So I mean, he doesn't get paid enough probably.
Oh man. And then let's see, Miss Stacy followed up after that.
She did. We were grateful for Stacy to come
from the city of Auburn.
City of Auburn. Be proud of me. I said it right then.
That's right.
It was great to talk to her about all the great things that Auburn is doing and a lot of the great events that they were putting on at the time.
Yeah. I believe we talked about wrestling
We did. Y'all had a wrestling event that Friday. I think
Yeah.
we filmed it. No, we recorded it. Poor choice of word. Recorded it on a Wednesday, I think, still. Wednesday or Tuesday, something like that, Tuesday. And then it was that Friday.
And then, yeah, Tom again saved us as usual.
Absolutely.
And
the man, the myth, the legend.
Rushed that one out. And then that was really good. And then we followed up with a rare interview was with Morgan.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
For the Bear. What's her actual title?
I can't remember the exact. She's over the Barrow News Journal for Barrow County. She works for Main Street News as a whole. I can't remember her because I don't want to say something and not be her correct title. But it slips my mind, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to get a text about this, by the way.
We might both get a text.
And
that's okay. It's okay. That's okay.
If for once she'll actually be texting us, because usually I text her first.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what's going on over here? You know who we missed?
Who's that?
My favorite four-name person. Brian Keith Dorton.
Oh, Brian Keaton. Brian Keith Dorton.
Because it's still in my phone.
Oh, it's Dorton.
Well, so I told the story about...
BK Double D, baby.
Yeah. So I think Tom Sheldon sent me his information. It just said Dorton.
Yeah.
Because when you're around Tom and he talks about Keith, it's like, I don't know who you're talking about, but you're talking about Dorton. So, and then because we're friends with Ben McDaniel, he sends me information and it's Brian.
Yes.
And then Dorton.
Yes.
And then I saw him on a LinkedIn bomb that we were on. And I realized he goes by Keith. So in my phone, still to this day, is
Brian Keith Dorton.
Brian Keith Dorton.
Brian Keith Double D. BK Double D. That's what it needs, BK Double D.
Yeah. That should be his handle.
It should be. Got to give him a CB radio.
Yeah.
BK Double D, you there?
So we actually talked about the trade school that he's now the dean of.
Yes, and that they're doing some great things, creating some great positions for the future.
One of the reasons why we had Tom on is because the next episode was Miss Lori.
Ah, yes. Sweetheart.
Sweet.
It doesn't get better than Lori. Lori is a wonderful, wonderful human being.
And then the caretaking for her husband.
Yes.
So to this day, it's just miracles.
Yes.
You know, she has her own story. I think she's told it now in a couple episodes here. Tom was happy to fill in, and we were more than happy to get her in.
Absolutely.
And we're very thankful for Lori Bell. We took a unplanned extended break.
Yes.
Because somebody in the studio decided to get diverticulitis. It's a family trait.
Diverticulitis and perforation.
Perforation.
That little thing about that. Yeah, I just like to shake things up sometimes. And sometimes you want a vacation, but you don't know how to tell people. And like, I know how to do it. I'll just perforate my colon. That'll tell everybody.
Yeah, that'll really blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, that was July. That was July, and hard to believe that it's been that long since that happened. And
a lot's happened since then too. But
a lot has.
It's all good though.
Yeah, all good. I got professional photography done in my colon back in November 1st, aka my first colonoscopy. They went in and they gave me they didn't give me your normal twilight drug. They gave me some serious drugs, and if you talk to my mother, she will tell you that I came out just incredibly just different. Everything went well. They went in and looked and saw, I still got the diverticulosis, which is, the pockets that the diverticulitis happens in. But the diverticulosis, but the perforation healed itself. So I
which is a miracle.
Yes,
another
which is
one.
a absolute miracle.
Didn't you give it the perforation a name?
Jerry.
We have a couple episodes
about Jerry. On Jerry. Our friend Jerry.
And, as a good friend, he packed up and left.
He did. He's now referred to as Gerald because he was so nice and left. And we appreciate Gerald, a.k.a. Jerry, for leaving me and things going back to semi-normal. So I also don't have colon cancer, which is great because they had to check for that. So and I don't have to have another one until 45, thank God.
Man. Yeah, that's good. By the way, it's not quite Judge, Jury, and Ellie Mae. Those episodes powering his new friend Jerry.
Which Jerry is no longer with us, thank God.
He's packed up and left.
Jerry has gone to glory, thankfully. Jerry has gone to glory, and I still got my diverticuloid, but we good. We rocking.
We good. Well, speaking of glory, we had a Ward.
Yes, we did.
Alex Ward on.
We had
Mr. Alex Ward on.
Esquire.
Is that what you call him?
No, well, I just started using that term, Alex Ward Esquire. Barrow County's Matlock. It's great. We interviewed him and sat down with him, and in a lot of ways, I think he interviewed us, and that that's a
that's the lawyer in him.
Great. That is, it is, it really is. Less of a podcast, more of a deposition, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, ask your mother's maiden name. How old were you when you got your first dog, and then do you think this person robbed a store? I don't know. I plead the fifth.
I knew it.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Doggone it.
Oh, man. And then the man, the myth, and the beard.
Yes, TJ.
City Councilman
Mountain
Sisk.
Man. Mountain Man. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. Get that long beard and comes in here, and he's got, we joke with him, don't we? He's got a lot of side quests.
Yeah, he doesn't have one pack.
No, he does. He likes to be busy a lot of the times, and that translates into what he does.
Well, and that was around the time that we were talking about Barrow Strong and Love will Prevail.
Yes. It's hard to talk about this year and not mention that and talk about that for a little bit, because that was a serious time that affected just everybody in our area. We took some time off of doing this because we wanted to give time, and I think we wanted to figure out as well how we would approach something like that, because it's one of those things that you want to move on and heal, but you also got to talk about it.
Yeah,
you got to talk about it, and you've got to kind of dissect everything that's happened.
What happened right after that episode is I now have a daughter.
Yes,
who attends Appalachian.
Absolutely.
She's a
exchange student.
Yeah, international exchange student. We have her until the end of May. As anybody knows, that once you're in care of a young person, teenager or not, I don't care what it is, when you have her most of the year or like 7 or 8 months of the year, you're paying the bills and keeping her safe and keeping her healthy, and some mentoring stuff, some parenting stuff. The name's too long. Well, it's our foreign exchange student kid. And it's like, nah, she's our daughter, dude.
Yeah.
She's an impressive young lady.
Absolutely.
We just love having her with me and Belle. She's doing great. She's from Switzerland, near Zurich. Speaks a few languages, world traveler. When you're talking to her, she doesn't remind you of a sophomore in high school.
I talked to her one time, and I forgot she was in high school. I thought I was talking to a 20-something-year-old. It's like, my Lord.
Yeah. Where it's really backwards over there, because you could start drinking and smoking at 15 or 16.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't drive over there until you're like 21 or something like that.
That is, yeah.
And then our last one was the Out of Darkness Walk with Sean.
Yep.
Again, impressive family.
Yes.
If you really want to talk about mental health, you should listen to that episode.
Absolutely.
And, just to be frank, we've told her, and Tom talked to her, it's like, hey, I think you would be a great advocate.
Absolutely.
She needs to start her own podcast.
Absolutely.
And I hope she gets to be able to do that in 2025.
Absolutely.
I would highly encourage that she does.
You have to share that mental health issues is not a negative stigma. Out of Darkness Walk was incredible.
Yeah. By the way, the last 2 years been held at our church at First Christian Church.
Yes.
Winder, right across from the Winder Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't either. Go Gators. Well, Power.
I hear that Gator, but I don't see it chomping too good. A Gator has no teeth.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy. Even though you wear the blue and orange.
That's okay.
We'll get you some red and black one day.
Power. We only have a minute or two left. Let's say one thing that we're thankful for this year. What about you? Since Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Name one thing. You got to keep it brief because we can't do another episode.
That's hard.
One thing.
One thing that I'm thankful for, all the opportunities this year. There have been a lot of great opportunities between this podcast and new jobs and new friendships and new relationships in whole. I'm just grateful for a lot of the new opportunities that have come, and I'm just grateful for all the people that have been a part of my life this year.
That's awesome. And I would echo that. I would also say specifically relationships, friendship with you and your family.
Same here.
And then, meeting this great guy over here, Tom.
Absolutely.
And then just people in our community. And, we ended up getting a daughter out of, that was not in the bingo cards at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
So I'm really thankful for that.
And I want to touch on, I know we got to go, but I want to say I think a joint thankfulness is towards Tom Sheldon, because I can probably say that between us, we're very thankful for him. He's been a very good friend and member of our family, and we're grateful for what he's done for us.
Well, I think he's going to turn our music on.
I can smell the turkey and dressing from here.
Yeah. Turkey and dressing right around the corner.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be really good this year. Well, thank you again for joining at the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX. You can always look us up on your favorite podcasts or the negbrx.com and find us our show at Southern Holler. Thank you for Tom Sheldon again for being an awesome producer, and happy Thanksgiving.